a lot of us struggle with seeing opportunities with so much negativity around us.
I've just failed a lot, and I love what I do, and I refuse to give up. So naturally, you're going to figure it out, right? Like, that's just my process. I refuse to not make it. So I'm going to try everything possible, and some things aren't going to work and some things are. I don't have too many ideas that I don't execute, right? Like, I got a bright idea guy, and it's just an idea. Like, usually when I have an idea, it turns into this
creation,
right? So that shit has just been avid in me. I try everything.
What was that one principle that opens that door?
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, and you have to do the work. Everything comes as you do the work. First, you dig a hole. And after you get a big enough hole, you're like, oh, I could put water in here and it's a swimming pool. Then after you get a pool, you're like, oh, I could have a pool party. Then after you have a pool, you're like, oh, people would pay to come to my pool party. Then you start building shit around it. But you don't get to the pool party part until you dig a hole first. And a lot of people won't start digging a hole. So the ideas don't just come. They come as you execute other things. And that's how all innovation works. The first person made an iron, which was just steel. It was iron. And then somebody came and said, hey, let's add a steam button. Then somebody said, oh, let's add a cord. So we got, right? So as the idea happens, you get to have more ideas to innovate it. But you have to do something first.
What can they do to get going? Just 5 tips that you would say, do these now.
Be consistent. If you want to be the greatest, you have to do it every day. If you don't do it every day, then someone's going to be better than you. If you don't do it the most, don't expect to win. Someone's going to be better than you because they do it more than you. Make sure you do something you love so you can do it all the time and you won't be miserable. Yeah. And share. Share your resource. Share your information. Share equity. Share everything. Share everything. Everything tastes better when you share it. When you get some food, the first thing you want to do is, hey, put your girl, hey, you got to try this.
It's true.
Right? Why do we stop when we learn information and learn business and build things? We stop. Now, all of a sudden, we don't want people to try it.
What would you say to those people who maybe that don't have parents who support them, don't have family to support them, or friends who believe in them?
You could either make excuses or you can make something happen, but you can't do both. There was a time where I was mixing all my own records. I was recording all of my, I was running behind the camera and hitting record. I was editing, captioning, cutting all of my own. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Right? You can either make excuses or you can make something happen. You can do one or the other. We can look for problems or we can look for solutions. Whichever one you look for is the one you'll find. We got one.
Thank you. This is jewelry.
This is jewelry. Yeah.